Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2021 My Team Career. This time for the Austrian Grand Prix. Before we get to it, head down below, like and subscribe. This was out a lot, and let's get right into it. So here I am out for my flying lap around the Red Bull Ring here for the Austrian Grand Prix, of course. Here on lap 4 out of 4, currently sitting in P10, so not really doing the best. Quite a tricky qualifying session for me over here, but I guess we're going to see what we can do. This is actually on lap 3. I actually went out, stayed out for another lap because well, the tyres was alrightish. As you can see, we are losing some time in places but gaining time in other places. But the most important thing about this was that we had a lot less fuel, so the car weighed a lot less. And as you can see, under acceleration, even though we might lose time on the entry of a corner because of the tyres not being up to what they were the lap before, but we actually do gain time on the exit because our car is just light. And as you can see, out the final corner, going a bit wide over there, but we gained a tenth and a half over there, and actually go back up to P10 because we dropped back a couple of places. Definitely not as good as our teammate Carlos Sainz, who actually goes below the 1 minute mark over here. But I guess we're going to see what we can do during the race, hopefully fight back and get some more points.
This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve, as it was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 meters above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill turn 3. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and it's Pierre Gasly in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Aitken, Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel and Delatraz, Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc and Red, Bottas, Stroll, Esteban Ocon and Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Joe, George Russell and Nobuharu Matsushita, Lundgaard, Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are lined up in P10 with our teammate Carlos Sainz on pole position, right next to the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda, I think, or maybe Pierre Gasly, not really too sure. Couldn't see, as we get a more than it was a decent start. The first kind of phase of the start wasn't too good, but then we did actually pull away, and we did lose a spot, I'm pretty sure, to Valtteri Bottas over there, but as you can see right now, right behind them. But as you can see, with the kind of setup that I have, I don't really have the most straight line speed over there, so we actually do lose time, even though we are in the slipstream from the car ahead. But actually, into turn 3, that is over there, we actually shoot up past Leclerc, Norris, Bottas and up to P8, right behind the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. And on lap 2 over here, we are going to be trying to get past him as well, but as you can see, really closed in right now. The slipstream helping over here as we dive down the inside. Lovely move, and secure the spot to move up to P7 now, which is excellent. That's what we need to do if we want to score some decent points during the race, because of course last time out we won, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we had back-to-back wins, and of course now we are leading both championships, which is really nice. On lap 3, of course, DRS enabled now. Are we going to actually get past the Mercedes of Louis Delatraz right in front of us, as George Russell is out of the race? Not really sure what happened over there, some sort of mechanical problem, I think. But on lap 5, closer than before on Louis Delatraz over here in the Mercedes. Are we going to go down the inside? Yes, we are. Send it down. Nearly bang tyres, but we do manage to get past without any contact. It was close, but there was no contact in the end. I did check if we have any damage, but we don't, and we are fine and ready to chase after Vettel, Tsunoda, and Jack Aitken, I'm pretty sure. So lap 7 over here. As you can see, we actually just dived down the inside. We actually went to pit in on lap 8, but I was already putting in red sectors, and I thought that maybe I'll try and undercut, and maybe it will actually work on the cars ahead. So of course, from the softs to the mediums, it is a 25% race. We go in the pit even 2.5 second pit stop, you know, not the worst. It will definitely be a more of a decent pit stop in this season than last season because of the tyre change and all of that stuff. So 2.5 second in 2021 was it was on the verge of being quite bad, but this year that's probably just like an average pit stop, to be honest. But we actually get behind behind Latifi and Lundgaard over here. Are we going to get past the Alfa Romeo man of Latifi over here? Yes, down the inside. More grip on these tyres, even though they aren't even up to temperature yet. We just have more grip because, of course, Latifi has been on those tyres for 8 or maybe even more laps because, of course, qualifying and all of that stuff. Now, behind Lundgaard, kind of getting stuck behind him, and that is quite vital to, of course, try to get past and make the undercut work on the cars that were ahead of me. So we actually do lose probably about a second, to be honest, maybe a second and a half, sitting behind the Williams over there. But we're going to see what we can do. Loads of people in the pits. Vettel is in the pits. He's on the pit exit even. I'm mumbling words over here. But the most important thing is that we got ahead of him. He was about 1.5 to 2 seconds ahead of us before the pit stops, and now we are ahead of him, which is good. But now Nabaharu Matsushita over here in the Williams, we lost about 2 seconds sitting behind him over there because he was just so slow on those old softs. Go wide over there, but those 2 seconds lost over there, maybe the second lost behind the other Williams the lap before, might cost us some time in the undercut over here. Let's see where we leave. Just behind Jack Aitken. We would have been ahead of Yuki Tsunoda if it wasn't for those 2 Williams drivers getting in my way. Yuki Tsunoda gap to him 1.7 right now. I honestly think we lost at least 2 seconds, maybe even 3 behind those cars before. But you know, that's just racing sometimes. Sometimes you just get unlucky and, you know, people stay out for longer than you expected. But lap 11 over here, another person pits in, so we move up to P6, and on lap 11 going on to 12, Ricciardo pits in. So yes, of course, we get up to P5 because we were P6 before the pit stops, and we got the the undercut even on Sebastian Vettel over here. So now lap 16 out of 18, we kind of lost contact with kind of like Jack Aitken and Tsunoda, just too slow to kind of make battle with them over there. So what we just need to do now is defend from Sebastian Vettel as we go side by side in sector 2 over here, still side by side in the next corner, and just absolutely brilliant racing over here, as you are going to see and as you are seeing right now. I kind of brake a bit late. I want to kind of cut back down the inside, but I went out wide over there because I was a bit maybe too late on the brakes, to be honest. But now we got the better run down the kind of start straight over here, but we don't want to overtake Sebastian Vettel over here, as we want to do it over here. Of course, getting the longer kind of run down onto him, down into turn 3 as we get on the grass over there, go around the outside, a bit too late on the brakes, so we actually go over the curbs, lose time over there, of course, less grip out over there, and we just get behind Sebastian Vettel to get the slipstream over here. I actually changed my front wing from a 5 to a 4 to get more straight line speed over here, and as you can see, still side by side basically for the whole lap over here. This is where it all started a lap before, and we are still here fighting for the P5 spot, for those points that are definitely going to help both of us in our respective battles in this season. Now we have the inside line, but Sebastian Vettel tries to stick it around the outside, but he doesn't make it work. We stay in P5, but Sebastian Vettel into the first corner on the final lap still wants to have a go and get that P5 away from me, but luckily we managed to get the inside, go past, remain in P5, and now we just need to defend into turn 3 over here. Great on the brakes over there, not too late, and in the final sector over here, Sebastian Vettel is still going to have another go at overtaking us within the final couple corners over here, but we do have the inside line, and we do manage to make it work and stick in P5. Even though Sebastian Vettel gets the DRS, we don't have any ERS left, but we do get that P5 in the end.
Can't fault the performance on the track today. A well-deserved victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
A show-stopping performance from the 3 drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
So our teammate Carlos Sainz wins the race with Pierre Gasly in second place and Yuki Tsunoda moving up from P4 to P3. We move up to P10, from P10 to P5, and we drop back in the driver's standings to P3, but only 3 points away from Carlos Sainz and Pierre Gasly, who are both on the 95 points. In the constructor standings, 44 points ahead of Red Bull, so we should kind of be safe with the last 4 races of the season. But for now, that is going. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.